He kind of ran out of here, but he said he had a good time. I believe he did have a good time.
I couldn't tell, to be honest.
Really?
No.
Why was he so surprised that we, kind of talk a little edgy here?
I don't know.
Well, he's from a different school, I think.
A different land.
Yeah, that's all.
Dan Soder in studio. Let me tell you what's going on with Dan. He's playing Caroline's Thursday night.
Tomorrow, Wednesday.
Oh, you're doing Wednesday?
Yeah,
so now I just
day.
fucked that up because the people get... Okay, listen. Ignore what I just said. Dan Soder's here, and he's playing Caroline's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That's a weird night to play Caroline's. I'm going to put that on the table. So please go see Dan Soder at Caroline's tomorrow night.
It's part of Comedy Week.
What time is the show?
7:30.
7:30.
Nice and early.
You got anyone else?
Yeah, I got Gary Veter with me and the very funny Anthony DeVito.
That's kind of cool that you get to see Dan Soder at Caroline's.
It's going to be a fun show.
Tomorrow night, please go and support Dan, all right? I just found out that you did some of that floating.
Yeah, I did the
They
deprivation.
call it floating.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, E-Rock calls it sensory.
Sensory deprivation.
No, he called it century.
I did not. I don't think I said century.
Yeah, you did.
You ran in here and
You
what
weren't
you...
even in here.
Yeah, I was right behind you.
Oh, you are?
You ran in and what you say?
Sensory deprivation.
See,
I think I stumbled on it, but I don't think I said
you just
century.
stumbled on it there.
Yes. That's
What's it
what
called?
I just said.
Sensory.
Say it quickly.
Sensory deprivation.
There you go. Perfect.
Joe
You're a
Rogan.
good boy.
Joe Rogan talks about this. My buddy, my pal, my mentor, Brother Weeze talks about this.
Yeah.
He's got floating places up in Rochester next time you guys go up there.
I was in Philly.
I've never done it, and I want to.
There's a place in Philly. He's a fan of the show,
Right.
and he came out to Helium, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to come and do it on Sunday," and I went and did it, and it was fucking awesome.
Did you get high before you went?
Yeah,
Well,
but I don't think that affected anything because it really
You
is.
sure?
Yeah.
so walk me through it. I hear there's so much salt that you just...
That gets a little distracting.
Why?
It's kind of hard. You have to kind of concentrate when you do it. But you shower off, put in earplugs, and then you get in a tank.
Nude?
Yeah, naked.
Do they watch you get nude?
No, you're in a room alone.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no creepy shit going on. But then you get in this tank, and it's like I think 10 inches of salt water, and then you shut the hatch, and then you lay down and you float, and you've got
And I hear the water is your body temperature, right?
Yeah.
98.6 more or less?
Yeah,
somewhere around there?
It's warmish water. And then the only thing is sometimes I started sweating, and then I made the mistake of taking my hand out of the water and trying to wipe the sweat, and then I got salt water in my eye, which stung like a motherfucker.
So what do you do if you have an itch?
I found a way just to kind of kind of shake my hand
That would
off.
drive me nuts.
Yeah.
You got to...
Because you start sweating because of the humidity in the tank.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like I always say, it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
I mean,
we joke, but
that's an old Jimism.
it sure is.
But you
You
go
music going on or lights or any of that shit?
No, it's completely
nothing.
Yeah,
You don't
it's-
get claustrophobic?
No, because how it's kind of a tube, so if you feel
It's a
claustrophobic,
pod, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pod. You can reach up and you won't touch where the ceiling is, so you don't feel too claustrophobic.
Wait, is it that high? I thought it was like a coffin.
Where you lay down, it's not that close to your face. It's pretty high up, where to the point where you'd have to sit up. You can sit up in it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like
nerds.
Yeah, but it's great.
Do you float to the sides and that?
Yeah, sometimes you touch the sides and that's distracting.
Right.
But then you just kind of relax and then you just float to the middle. You eventually always end up in the middle.
And it's effortless, right? You just float.
Yeah, your brain just starts going.
It's not like you're
crazy place.
How long do you do it for?
90 minutes. Yeah, you just lay there. I made it to I got salt water in my mouth.
Yeah.
You had all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just a mess.
Your eyes, your mouth. And then you realize, I'm supposed to lay on my back.
As in a drowning tube.
You can't get salt in your mouth.
It's one of those things where I did it with my buddy Gary Veter was there, and he did it too. And we got out, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "It was crazy." And we went and got food, and we're just talking about it after.
What made it crazy? Were
You just go into your past. You start thinking of all these things. It's like a super deep form of meditation where you're just thinking about how you interact with people, all the different shit.
Do they suggest you meditate in there and maybe do a mantra or something?
The guy's like, listen, man, you can go to sleep if you can. He's like, some people sleep for a little bit and come out of it. He's like, your brain will float to another place. Well, I didn't mean to say float, but it'll drift.
Wait a minute, let me ask you a question. Do they change that water in between each one of you?
No, there's two different tanks.
Yeah, I know, but there's more people coming through.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't ask. I didn't think about it like that.
Someone pisses in the water?
Yeah, no, I hope not.
Oh, you got. I would look. I'll be the guy because no one else is brave enough to say it. If I have to pee in the middle of my 90-minute session, I'm peeing in their fucking pod.
You're gonna, yeah.
People
Absolutely.
do, I'm sure. People
But
do.
your fucking head's in it.
What, Sam?
You're just gonna
What?
lay in your own piss?
Yeah, why
Yes, it's my pee. Who gives a fuck?
I wouldn't. If I were trying to relax myself through sensory deprivation, I would not. I would not lay in my own piss.
I have no problem laying in my own piss.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's
I've
I don't think I could. No, you can't lay in your own piss.
I've had really good spots at concerts where I've
Pissed your pants?
yes, I did not want to leave my fucking spot.
You didn't pull your dick out and piss at the feet?
Well, sometimes you got to try to find a beer bottle or something, but sometimes
you just let it go.
Sure, it was nice.
How many times have you done that?
Maybe once.
What show was it that you
I'm
pissed
saying
all over
maybe.
yourself?
Maybe once. Maybe this
Pearl
didn't
Jam a
happen.
couple years ago. Voodoo.
I don't care about my own pee. Who cares?
You don't sit in your own filth. That's bullshit.
I fucking have no problem peeing.
I don't
in
think you have a
bathtubs and fucking float pods.
Dude,
at-
there's
at
no. I don't think there's
concerts.
no way you couldn't. I'd be
You would do
impressed
it.
if you could piss in the float tank.
I'm
I'd
just
be
saying,
impressed.
My point is, if I had to, I'm not ruining my 90-minute experience and getting out of the fucking tank, putting a towel on, asking where the bathroom is, and then what? Go back in and try to get back to that place?
Yeah.
No, I'm peeing in the pod.
I don't think you even think about having to
And the
piss. though.
float people will tell you that they know people are peeing in the pod, and they probably put some kind of chemical in there where it makes it sort of okay.
Like they do with chlorine. Yeah, like the chlorine that kills the piss in pools.
Do you leave a pool to pee?
No,
Thank
never.
you.
No. I'll actually walk over to one, stand over it, and take my dick out as a statement of authority.
Just show who's boss.
Absolutely.
I
Or in
think
a kiddie pool. What the man doing?
I think
Giving you a waterfall.
I think the real creeps are when you're at a pool and you see that person get up to go inside to go to the bathroom.
I do that.
You're a creep then.
I just assume they're taking a dump.
Oh, really?
I assume everyone pees in the pool. I assume you poop out of the pool.
I don't pee in pools.
You've never peed in a pool.
Not since I was a little kid.
You're a weirdo.
When did you actively decide not to do that?
When you start to sit to urinate. He felt it was too obvious.
You couldn't squat in the pool?
No, yeah. He likes to sit
You just float away?
like a lady.
Dan, I guarantee that not only do people pee in the pod, there was probably numerous people that peed and the pee was still in that pod before you floated. Because that salt, I would assume, is a pain in the ass and expensive, so they're not changing up the water too often.
It's Epsom salt. It's not that expensive.
All right. So why don't we get some floating guy on the show?
Who will defend that they don't pee in the tank?
Nobody's
And-
pissing
and-
in that
and-
tank.
No one's pissing in the tank.
you're
I mean, you're talking about
you
taking
people
yourself
are
out of the
crazy.
moment. How are you
Yeah, but
gonna
you're
relax
so in
and-
your own brain, you're not going to be like, let's just piss. And then your dick's out of the water, so your dick's going to go all willy-nilly.
Yeah, and then there's piss in it that
I
you're like,
would-
I'm laying in my piss. I'm not
I would
relaxed.
try to get rid of my pee before I go into the pod.
Yeah,
of
that's what you
course.
do.
I would try, but what? I don't know. What if I got something
You
happening?
don't understand. Your dick isn't submerged. I think it's much easier to piss when your dick's submerged in water. When your dick's just laying on your body, you're not just going to start fucking peeing all over the place.
Pee is very good for you too, Sam.
No, it's not.
It's very good for you.
If it was very good for you, people
Has
would
a lot
just
of
piss
the
on themselves.
nutrients and vitamins being peed out of your body.
Out. If they were good for you, they would stay in. That's why it's so.
No.
That's why God
I
did
got to
it.
go with Sam's pee theory on this.
Nope. If you got too much of that stuff in you, then your body releases it. So that it's
Yeah, that's why
it's
you-
filled with vitamins.
Then why does
Pee
nobody
is
drink
filled with
pee?
vitamins.
Why nobody drinks it?
There are people that do.
I'm not talking about Jim and his fetishes.
There are people that do.
Nobody drinks piss for nutrition.
There's people that do.
There are people that do it.
For nutrition.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yes.
and then we snack on something else.
Look, we got so many people that work for this radio show. Look up people that drink pee for nutrition. You're going to
I
find.
don't think anyone's drinking
And
piss.
let's get a floating guy on.
and I definitely don't think anyone's pissing in the tank.
No, they're not.
So were you? So did your brain go somewhere else? Your head go somewhere else in this whole thing? And what were some of the things you were thinking about?
You just go back to like childhood. You think about how you interact with people.
What
It's,
you should have said to your dad?
Yeah, that whole situation played out. You just think about a bunch of different shit. I don't really know. You can't really tell where your brain's going to go. You just start thinking about, I think you start thinking about small shit, and then it just drifts other places.
I like meditating, so maybe I should try this. There's a guy out on Long Island that wants me to go out there to float.
Do it.
Well, I mean,
Piss in the tank.
what
See
about
if you can
someone
do
in the
it.
city? Have you looked up city places yet?
No, the reason I did it was the guy was like, "Hey, you want to come do it for free?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Where is it down there? Because maybe next time I'm in Philly, I'll look this guy up.
Called Flotation Philly.
Flotation Philly, and where are they located? Near Helium, sort of?
No.
Rittenhouse Square? What are we
I
talking?
think South Philly,
South Philly?
South Street.
Close to South Street?
Yeah, close
On
to
South Street?
Close to South Street.
All right. I can do that.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. The
Hey,
guy could kill me right now, but
Hey, Sam, here you go. Grizz in Boston. Go ahead, Grizz.
Yeah, I just wanted to let Sam know that Lyoto Machida, former UFC fighter.
He's not a former UFC fighter. He's fighting this Saturday.
All right, well, he's fighting this Saturday.
Who's he fighting Saturday?
I forget the name of the guy he's fighting. He's fighting in Jersey.
Oh, no kidding. Very cool. Go ahead, Grizz.
He used to drink his own piss before fights because he thought that the nutrients in the piss, he'd lose some in the transfer and he'd get it back that way.
Face.
That's weird. He stopped doing it. I wonder why.
Face.
He said he used to.
man, it sounded completely experimental.
Yeah,
like
maybe
he
he
did
met
it once and
somebody
he
who-
regretted it.
You can't twist this. You said people don't do that, and we found a guy like that we all know that does do that. And did do this.
We
Face.
found a guy named Grizz who said
Face.
this fighter used to do it.
Face. Face. All right, we got the owner of the float tank.
Oh yeah.
Russ and Philly. Go ahead, Russ.
Hey, boys.
I'm floating at your joint.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, or maybe not.
No, Russ is a good guy. He's direct. He's a man of few words.
Is he?
Yeah, but he's a good dude.
What's up, Russ? Welcome aboard.
Russ.
Hey, guys. How are you doing today?
Good, Russ. What's going on in your world?
Dan enjoyed his floating experience down there in Philly. I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know people are peeing in your pods, right?
Yeah, it goes through a filtration system. The first step is that knowing that urine is sterile and nothing bad can happen from somebody peeing, but it goes through a filtration system where a pool pump draws it to a cartridge filter and then to a UV light to kill any bacteria.
There you go.
See, so he had to figure this out. Is my point.
So basically, you're laying in someone else's piss.
I don't think you are. I don't think. I believe in.
The point Russ is making, he couldn't be trustworthy and think that people were going to do the right thing and not pee in his pod,
right.
so he had to figure it out.
Yeah, well, you got to think it's about 220 gallons of water, and even if you got a full piss on and you're filling up 16, 20 ounces, it's a drop in the bucket to what's in the tank, and then you filter it out. There's also 900 pounds of Epsom salt dissolved into that 220 gallons of water.
Bull sugar.
900 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, come on, he's right there.
Fucking E-Rock. He enjoyed that one.
It's 5 times denser than the Dead Sea, so there's no way not to float. And that salinity of the water really doesn't allow any bacteria to survive, but then we obviously filter it
Right.
for extra protection.
I don't know how obvious it is, Russ.
And how often do you change the whole water?
The whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
Every 2 to 3 months, depending on the use.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not floating in one of those fucking things. 3 months?
No fucking way.
What?
I want to float in one, too, but not every 3. People cutting gassers in there all day.
You don't enjoy floating among other people's dead skin?
And spit and boogers. You know, people probably dig in their nose and
You
touch
can't.
the water.
You got their hands in the water.
Or
That would hurt too
cough.
much.
Spit.
Russ, I'm a big fan of
damn
floating
it.
and a big fan of your establishment, and I have never met you.
Well, guys, when you come down, I will make sure I change the water that morning for you.
Wow, Jimmy.
Butthole juice in it.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. People's ass hair floating.
Oof.
What's that?
I've been known
You're
to.
too deep in a childhood memory to realize that you got butt hair in your
No,
mouth.
you're not. That's probably what the memories were around.
That's what conjured it
A
up.
hairy asshole over your face, and here comes one floating by.
I've been known to wipe out my my swamp ass in a pool. Just want to add that to the discussion. You know when it gets a little itchy and you're a little like something's going on down there.
You just got a hygiene problem.
I'll get to the corner of the pool and do a quick
Yeah, all the way
swipe.
in.
Yeah.
Why don't you use a shower and a toilet?
Because that means getting out of the pool, asking it's not my pool, it's someone else's house. So you do a quick wipe, it gets rid of the itchiness, and you can start swimming again.
Does your asshole ever itch?
In a pool? Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's
a couple wipes and you're good again with your hand.
Well, Opie,
You
so
have personal hygiene issues.
Yeah.
How dare you.
Yeah, you shower right before you go in the tank, so you don't have swamp ass.
All right, so no one's wiping their swamp ass
No,
away.
you shower
in this guy's
completely
tanks.
off, then you get in the tanks.
Right.
Is it warm?
Yeah.
What is the temperature of the water? I hear it's like 98.6, right?
No, it's 94 degrees.
Oh, it's lower than your body temperature.
Well, your skin temperature is between 93 and 94, so it's called skin sensor neutral. So you're not going to sweat like you're in a hot tub, but you'll just relax and you lose sense that your skin is even floating on anything.
So does it feel a little cold when you first get in?
No. Feels great.
Feels great. And then because it's at 94, that gives you the sensation you're truly just floating in midair, right?
Yeah, you get there.
Does Rogan own one of these? He has one in his house, right?
I believe so.
He just gets high and goes in?
Yeah. And what are you trying to accomplish in one of these things, Russ?
Anywhere from relaxation to improving your sleep cycle to meditation.
Yeah, I want to try this. I don't know why I haven't yet.
Yeah, and Russ told me that it takes after the first time, it takes a couple times to get to let go easier. Because there was times I was coming back in and being like, I'm sweating.
How many times did you do it?
I just did it once for 90 minutes, but you're in and out of it. Because the first time you do it, you're adjusting to the whole how everything feels.
How much is a machine?
Say again?
How much do they cost to buy a machine?
Oh, Jimmy wants one now.
No, I'm just curious.
$8,000.
Okay.
Do you offer like Pink Floyd or anything?
Whatever you want, we can play music to the tank while you're in there if you don't want to do it in silence.
Oh, so you do offer music. That's kind of cool.
Break.
But what you suggest? You suggest no music?
Spa music.
Spa music would rule in
I
there.
recommend doing it kind of prescribed, no light, no sound.
Okay.
First time around, but if you want to, there's a dim light that we can leave on for you if you're afraid of the dark. We can play music for you, ocean sounds, guided meditation. We kind of tailor it to your experience, but if you can handle it, I totally recommend doing it kind of prescribed the first time.
Oh, wow.
Could you, if I was in the tank, would you be able to hear me outside if I was going and listening to the echo?
No, but
you know, there's at least one or two guys that have masturbated in your pods too, right?
probably.
But the filter takes care of that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we make sure between each person we inspect the water, and we kind of have like a pool skimmer where.
Oh, nice. Get that out of there.
That's skimming some
I've never had
some egg whites out of there.
It hasn't been anything too gross yet, but I'm sure at some point I'm going to come across it.
Have you found a cock ring or something in there? Maybe somebody dropped a little jewelry.
A dick ring?
A dick
I
ring?
think you're supposed to take all your jewelry before you get in.
I don't know why I'm fucking with this guy because I really want to do this.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I went and had a great cheesesteak. It was an awesome day. Except I got to admit, with Russ, it kind of fucked up my set that night because me and Gary were talking about it, and we were like, are you just like, you can't concentrate because you're thinking about all this shit.
You were a bit chill, huh?
Not like chill, but more like it was hard to, you wanted to like, you're standing in front of an audience, but it doesn't feel like that. It's like you wanted to talk like.
So you probably shouldn't have done it
I should have done it on Monday and then driven home.
Gotcha. Maybe not do it the same day you're going to perform.
No.
Gotcha.
I think next time I would do it.
Because you want some of that angst in you if you're doing stand up. No,
Yeah,
I would assume.
It wasn't that I was totally relaxed. It's like it breaks that wall of like performer and audience because you're like, hey, we're all just people.
Right. All right. Hey, Ross, thanks, man, for the call.
Hey, yeah, and can I plug my business real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's Flotation Philly and flotationphilly.com.
Allegedly.
Check us out online.
All right, thanks,
Flotation
buddy.
Philly. Thanks, man.
I'm looking you up next time.
Cool, thanks, boys.
All right, Russ. We're going to get Fluffy in here. Really fast, Connor in North Dakota. Quickly, go.
Yeah, I want to tell Sam that he's actually more wrong. Joe Rogan, on his podcast, spent at least 30 minutes talking about drinking your own
He said
piss.
Joe drank his own piss.
Face.
It's
More of a
some
face.
It's some deal where if you like work out heavily, you sleep, you don't absorb all your vitamins or something. So
Right.
you wake up and you drink your first piss in the morning. There's some UFC fighter he was talking about does this all the
Leon
time. It's
Machida.
not like they tried.
All right, buddy. Thank you. We got Fluffy has just entered the studio, so we got to let you go, Connor. Of course. Hey, man, good to see you again, buddy. I don't. Well, I guess we should tell you. We're talking about drinking your own piss there, Gabriel.
Oh wow, really? You guys, we hit the ball rolling.
It has nutritional benefits, and we also are talking about floating. Just getting you up to speed. Have you ever floated?
That in those salt
ever
tanks?
floated in a pool? Yes. The salt tanks where you get in touch with your thoughts and deprivation.
Yeah.
I heard Rogan does a lot of that.
Yeah,
he does, and Dan Soder did it very recently in Philly.
Yeah, I just did it.
He loved it.
It was great. There was times where you come out of it, and there was a couple problems, but I thought overall it was awesome.
A couple of problems. He couldn't keep the salt water out of his eyes, his
sweating,
mouth.
and just like uncomfortable things. But overall, it was awesome.
My buddy tried it. He ate an edible, and then he went to go do it.
That's way too intense. I smoked a little weed before I went in.
He said it was intense.
Yeah, I don't think I could do an edible because that's way more of an intense high than just smoking a little bit before that's what I did. I just smoked a little bit because I didn't want to fucking lose my shit in the tank.
I want to meditate. I have a problem doing it. It's such a healthy thing to do.
It's not
good
easy,
for you.
but you got to stick with it. I sucked at it, but I'm getting there. You do any of that stuff? Meditation?
The
or
only
anything?
time I get a chance to meditate or just be alone with my thoughts is in the bathroom. And I know that sounds corny to say that, but I always have so many people around me that the restroom is the only place where I can it's just me, my cell phone, the toilet, my movement. It's,
You can finally chill out.
I'll tell you what.
And I got a cool toilet too that has a built-in bidet.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, one of those custom. Bob Kelly has one of those.
Bobby's got one.
Don't you have to wipe afterwards anyway?
Oh, you got to dry.
You got to dry. But I mean, does it take care of the area?
Oh, yeah, dude. This sucker, yeah.
You know what you got to get? I just got a squatty potty. I'm telling you, I bought it. This thing's fucking amazing.
What is that?
I got one too.
You got one. You got one
It's
too.
like a milk crate in front of your toilet.
Yeah, you put it under around your toilet.
Oh
and
yeah,
it puts
I've
your
had
feet.
one for years. I'm giving birth in roots. That's the thing. When the legs are up, it's that position. Yes, for years.
It molds around the bottom of your toilet.
You put your
feet. I
got it last week, and
amazing.
it's changed the shitting game. I was on the road this weekend, and I was upset I didn't have it with me. I was mad I was taking a primal shit.
It keeps your knees up in the air.
I can't wait for the day where you have to take that on the road.
Dude, I'm having it in a writer. I hope I get to the point where it's like he needs a squatty potty because it's unbelievable.
And it's funny because it conforms to the shape of the toilet, so it has this unique shape to it.
It's got the
so
footprint.
when you look at it, you're like,
It's weird because I couldn't open my door because it was still around. I was like, I got to move my squatty potty.
Yeah.
I feel like a child potty training.
I have one in the bathroom. I put it on its side between the shower and door, and it always opens up. And whenever there's massage people, you know how many fucking prostitutes have opened my bathroom door, and I hear like, kunk, kunk, 'cause they don't know to open it slowly. And it's embarrassing when a hot girl's over. And she's like, "What's that for?" And you go, "Oh, when I shit, I put my tootsies up on it." I like to have a good healthy duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to. I spend a long. Some people shit fast. I like literally 20 minutes sometimes.
I you know what? Probably 20 of that is spent there actually doing that, and the other 45 is just tweeting.
Yeah, it's bad for you too. You get roids that way. It's not good.
Yeah, pushing too much.
Yeah, and just sitting too much in that position.
Never good.
You lost a lot of weight, man.
Thanks, bro.
A lot of weight. I know it's from.
How much are you down now?
110.
How did you do it?
Let me see. How did I do? Stopped eating a lot of bread. I used to eat a ton of bread.
Yeah.
Ton of bread. Cut back on bread, especially wheat bread. I have an allergy to it.
Right.
And
What's it do to you?
Stopped. It makes me break out.
Oh, really?
Ugly, and dries out my skin too.
Wheat bread.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that yoga, weightlifting, walking.
A lot of
I was
cardio.
very inactive before, just like.
But
stand up,
I
that's
guess
it.
I guess I asked how you do it because we all know what we're supposed to do to get healthier or lose weight or whatever. But that itch, that urge to go, well, I want to eat that fucking.
Yeah, no,
candy
we
or-
all know exactly what to do.
But how
it's
do you
still
get
like,
past that itch to want to keep going unhealthy?
I'm type 2 diabetic. My diabetes was way out of control. I was waking up with a 300 plus sugar level, which is super high. My circulation in my legs is really bad. I have discoloration in my legs, which is early signs that they're gonna have to cut them off. So that'll wake you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got the big wake up call.
Yeah, I got that wake up call. When you
Gotcha.
start, you can't feel your toes. It's like, you cut your toe and that's it.
Right.
So you started to say that this is enough.
Yeah.
You look great, man.
Thank you.
What's your goal?
I'd like to lose another 100.
You would? Okay.
Another 100. Wow. Good for you. Playing the garden.
How
buddy.
long has that been? 110 pounds, and how long?
About 7 months.
Oh, wow.
I maxed out at 437.
Okay,
And so right now I'm like 320-ish.
that's awesome.
So you want to get down to maybe 320 to
220
About 220. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Is it because your whole the thing is I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. It's a whole part of your performing. Is it? Are you worried about like losing that? I've wondered that about being a pervert. Like I'm afraid if I lose it, will I still be me? Do you have any fear?
I'm more concerned about dying and not being able to spend the money. All right.
That's great. You know what? That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, if my career stopped right now and I just lived, I'd be okay.
That's true. Yeah, Gabriel makes a shitload of money. What a great way to look at it.
He'll toss all those fluffy T-shirts out the window.
No, I already got different names. If I lift weights, I'll be Buffy, or I'll grow a big ass beard.
Right.
I'll be Scruffy.
Yeah, you can just change the first letter.
Yeah, I'll get into MMA. I'll be Tuffy.
He's got it figured out. Yeah, Madison Square Garden. Congratulations.
I'm excited, man. First time that they ask a Mexican to play the Garden, or not cut it.
And when is it? Saturday?
Friday
Night at the Garden.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
You haven't done it yet, right?
No. I've watched wrestling there, and I've seen a SummerSlam and a couple other wrestling events there, but that's it.
Is it the biggest venue you're doing?
Not the biggest venue, but it's definitely the most iconic, and everybody knows the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
What's the biggest venue you've done?
Biggest venue? I did Gator Growl. You know Gator Growl?
I've heard of that. Say
Florida.
80,000.
Yeah, that's been the biggest one.
How many people?
About that between 70 and 80,000.
It's a football thing. They have a comedian. What do you have to do? 10 minutes or 12?
I did about 10, 15 minutes.
How was it?
You know what? Performing in a football stadium sucks. It sucks. It's horrible. The acoustics are it's nasty. You say a joke, and then they start laughing when you're in the beginning of your next one.
Oh.
And you think you're bombing the whole time, but then you just hear, and yeah. So there, it's so
it throws you off, right?
Definitely, you have to pause a lot, right? It's a weird pace.
Yeah. I was opening for Jim Gaffigan. And so Jim's speed was actually perfect. His speed was perfect for that. But I was all hyper and all over the place, and I'm like, I'm
sure he did very well.
Geraldo killed it before. I heard he was there the year before we did it, and so that's the biggest. But no, that's not fun.
You have to be clean.
That's not even an eagle feed. That's just like
really?
It's horrible.
I heard that can be a tough gig.
Yeah, the echo. I mean, when you perform at a comedy club, it's instant. If you perform fast, then it's cool. You're right there. But then an arena, you got to have a little bit of a pause, and then football stadium. That's something else.
I'm sure they got figured out for the Garden. I'm sure it's different.
It's a little different than a club, I'm sure, but not like that.
Saw Louis C.K. there recently.
He was talking about it at the cellar, sitting at the table, and he said it was like starting a big truck. He said like you got to turn the engine over, but once you get him going,
man, I didn't feel that when I saw him. He was.
That's just what I heard him say to Keith when they were talking about the Garden.
He said it was. It took a minute to get them going?
Yeah, he said like he was just saying like it's like starting an engine that like won't turn over, and then you get it to go, and then it starts going, and then it's
a
fine.
rhythm.
Yeah,
a rhythm.
The rhythm.
That's because everyone's still trying to find their seats. No one gets their seats on time.
I mean, that's insane.
They hear the first joke or the first song if you go for a show, and then you finally, all right, let's get to our seats quickly.
I would imagine a concert starts with quicker momentum because it's like right into the first song.
And it's usually a good one.
Yeah, and then people are like, but like comedy, it's listening and.
Mm-hmm.
I would just love to see Keith asking questions of what it was like to do more than 50 people in a comedy room. Stupid Keith. I would love to ask that. Are you married? Or you have kids?
I have a son. Not married. We're together. We live under the same roof.
Okay.
I buy her things.
Yeah. How old's your son?
He's going to be 18 this year.
Wow. You have an 18-year-old
son.
Yeah. Well, he's technically my stepson, but I mean, I could have had an 18-year-old.
Right.
So he comes and sees you?
You know what? He's not a fan. He's not a fan.
He's not a fan.
Well, mainly because I talk about him.
Oh, that's why.
I talk about him, so he doesn't like that. And people tell me, "Well, why do you talk about your son? Doesn't that make him mad?" I go, "You know what makes me mad is when he doesn't listen to me. When I say take out the trash and he doesn't do it, and I got to say it 20 times and he still doesn't do it. But I go on TV and I mention it, and then his friends dog him for not doing that, or I say that my son doesn't wear deodorant, and then his friends give him bars, the actual stick of deodorant. I got to take it there for him to listen.
That's the most passive abuse ever from a stepdad. There's so many people that are like, I wish my stepdad wrote creative bits about me.
Oh, man.
Punching me in the mouth.
And he milks the popularity at school. People know who he is and stuff, and nobody bullies him. He's a big kid, and so he's, he enjoys it. He likes the attention.
So he doesn't wear deodorant?
He does now.
He does now.
Yeah.
Well, there's that weird teenage years where you don't know if you should or not. Was he old enough to know?
For me, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Right around 15 is when I started really going heavy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was he when he started?
About a year ago, so yeah, 16. So a little late bloomer, but
Do you point at things around the house and go, "This is what stand-up bought for you"?
I did that in the beginning, but then it became everything.
Right.
You know, them shoes, you know, them jokes paid for that. You know,
Right,
the
of
hat,
course.
So I mean, he gets that part. It's just that he doesn't get excited about
You
it.
got a good relationship with him, though. Besides that,
I do. We can actually talk about anything, which is cool. And he wants to get into radio. That's
Right.
his thing now. He wants to get into radio.
Really?
Yeah.
he wants to do this.
He wants to do this.
All right, he's crazy. He's nuts.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money in it.
Hey man,
This is a dying.
I'm just
business.
excited that he wants to do something. I asked him the same question. You know, what do you want to do with your life? And it was for the longest time. Now finally he's like, radio. I love radio, and he's talking to all these DJs that I know, and so he's asking a bunch of questions, and I'm getting excited that he's excited.
Right.
You know, when he was 10, and I asked him, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he's like, a transformer, and I'm like, all right, we'll work on that. But
Yeah. Did you really drunk dial Steve Austin, Stone Cold?
yes.
That is a real story.
Yes, I got drunk and I tried to. Well, I didn't drunk. I drunk text him.
drunk text.
Oh,
I tried.
no.
I got loaded one night, and I started texting Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I was trying to get him to come out of retirement. I was telling him, listen, bro, you need to come out of retirement, and you need to challenge CM Punk so that they get CM Punk back, and the two of you go toe to toe. It'll make millions, bro. I know how to make this deal happen. I'm in the car, and all my friends in the car, I'm telling them, I'm texting Steve Austin trying to get him to come out of retirement, and they're like, that's an awesome idea. And I read it to everybody in the car, and everybody was just as loaded. So they're like, yeah.
What was some of the stuff he was texting back to you?
Who is this?
No, he's all like, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm done with wrestling. But I kept pushing it, and then he just stopped replying. And then the next day it was a bunch of I'm sorries.
Oh, no. Were you embarrassed?
I was so embarrassed. I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm sorry. He goes, that's okay there, buddy. I've been shit-faced myself many times.
Wow.
That's the danger of celebrity, though. You have people's numbers who you want to drunk text
Yeah.
and try to get them out of retirement.
But I actually got drunk with Stone Cold Steve Austin
That's
once.
awesome.
So that for me was like a bucket list thing right there. We went toe-to-toe drinking, doing shows, doing
enjoyed
this
it?
podcast.
That's awesome.
You did his podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done it, Sam?
He's
Not
got
yet.
he's got a good podcast, I hear.
It's great. I
Yeah.
love his podcast.
That's what I've heard.
He does it from his house.
Right.
It was
Where's
cool.
his house?
What is it? Not Culver City, off the 91, not 91.
Don't give the exact address.
No,
I'm not
It's
giving
an
the address,
area.
but I mean, I'm trying to remember the area. It's not Santa Monica. It's right before Santa Monica.
Was he a fan of yours before?
He was a fan after Diamond Dallas Page introduced him to my comedy, and then after that, like a few weeks later, he had me on the podcast.
Oh, that's very cool.
That is very
Are
cool.
you jealous of that, Sam? Would you like to be friends with him?
I have a relationship with Stone Cold.
Not as good as that, you don't.
No, not as good as that, but
Yeah, you're not trying to talk him out of retirement.
I probably wouldn't.
You think he could still do it?
So yeah, he definitely could.
He could, right?
I think he could.
Last
He
time
definitely could.
it's been a few years since we had him in here, but he was in very good shape.
He still
Toughest
is.
son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
He still is. He had huge hands too, man. The dude just put.
He was great on the
beat down
mic
you.
too. Oh my god.
How about Bob Backlund or Steve Austin? Who do you think?
Oh God.
I talked to Bob at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Did he talk back?
Yeah, Bob Backlund. He had his whole top teeth were fake, but one of them was still missing, and there was no sort of justification, rhyme, or reason why he was missing a tooth.
Do you think he's still a problem if he wants to be?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Like because all he does is walk and lift things all day. He's a psychopath, so he just trains and trains and trains. He's ridiculously strong.
Oh, he still works
I
out?
thought
Yeah,
it was
all
a
the time.
character. I saw him backstage, and he's just
He's not a character.
No,
Oh, so that's really him.
No,
He's
that's
scarier
him.
in real life than he
Does he keep the
doing
towel?
a character.
Does he keep the towel around his neck even backstage?
He's got his suspenders on and his bow tie, and he goes, "Hello, young man. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you."
So he's super intense.
Super intense.
Yeah,
Is he a legend in WWE?
yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He is. That's who Iron Sheik beat for the title, and then he came back, and I think he beat Bret Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And became the champion.
How,
again.
how great is Iron Sheik?
I love Iron Sheik.
I was gonna-
we tweet. It's the craziest
He
thing.
comes in here. We can't get enough of the guy.
Jim always liked
Fuck the Monday.
Jim always liked Bob Backlund because he liked the knee walk that he does. When Bob starts walking on
Oh
his
yeah,
knees.
yeah. That's hard. Like the lunges. Those, Yeah.
But Jim also had an issue. He thought some of Bob's promos were lacking in charisma.
Yeah, I feel lackluster.
Lackluster. Yeah.
Is he your favorite wrestler of all time?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bob
Yeah.
Backlund.
No. You got me right there. No, not at all. Not at all.
No?
Crossface Chicken Wing. He was good. You know, he was a better villain.
was?
Yeah, when they made him go psycho, that was great.
Yeah, I liked him
Bob
better as
Backlund
that.
went psycho?
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't remember that.
In the 90s.
You got to
Oh.
figure when Iron Sheik beat him, he was a babyface.
That's right. I wasn't watching in the 90s. He went crazy?
He did.
Yeah, he
went
started
nuts.
throwing the crossface chicken wing on everybody.
Everybody.
What's that?
Even the ref.
What's the crossface chicken wing?
Put him in it, Sam.
It's one of the most feared moves in pro wrestling.
What is it?
Yeah, show us.
Just
It's when
tell me.
they lock your chin and pull your arm back and just stretch you. It pulls out your shoulder.
You'd have the arm on between. Yeah, basically.
Who knows more about wrestling, Gabriel or Sam?
Oh, let's find out.
I don't know.
Okay, I got
Okay,
one.
Jim, you got the questions, right?
What are Hulk Hogan fans called?
Hulkamaniacs.
Douchebags. Okay. Yeah, I don't know any
Why
good.
did I even go for it?
I don't know any good. I have to piss badly, but do you know any? I would love to know who. Sam is pretty good, man.
Can you name all the Hart brothers?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Brett, Owen, Bruce, Keith.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
The
One
parents?
more.
Oh, Stu, Helen.
Okay. Gee, I like that you know
Helen
like you grew
Hart?
up with them.
Yeah.
I got time for that. Heart Foundation.
That was the answer I was looking for. Because we were including Jim the Anvil.
Yeah, let's start going for brother-in-laws.
And Natalie. Yeah.
Could you ask
Jim
the next
Neidhart, British
Could you
Bulldog?
ask the next question as Macho Man though to really bring it around?
Who was the greatest female manager of all time?
Wow. That was good.
I mean, I would say Elizabeth, but I don't want the Macho Man to get jealous.
Yeah, Scary Sherry. Yeah. Yeah.
Sensational Queen
Coffee
Sherry.
in the big time.
You were just telling me off mic that you were playing some of that stuff for your
Yeah, my
buddy?
roommate
Your
doesn't
roommate?
know professional
That's awesome.
wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to explain how Macho Man was like crazy abusive towards Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it. And I played him clips and he was like, oh shit, this is insanely, just not like abusive, but controlling.
Which one
Mentally
was it?
abusive.
Yeah.
It was the promo where he's in orange and black and he's like, yeah, come give Macho Man a kiss. Whereas I don't think you can find it. And then he goes, you're just a small part of Macho Madness, aren't you? And she's like, I am. And then he goes, yeah, get out of here. Yeah.
He just sat there walking.
Yeah, he did. And then Gene Okerlund goes, you can't talk to a woman like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cream of the crop. The best one's the Ricky Steamboat cup of coffee, if you can find that. That's my
Oh,
favorite.
can I find that?
That one makes me fucking laugh
That's daily watching.
because they don't know. You could just tell that they have no idea what there it is. What he has.
Let me
no
see
idea.
this. Yeah.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Macho Man. Almost definitely on some kind of substance.
Dude, I said it before, but I mean it. Cocaine and steroids created the best poetry of the 20th century. In the 80s, they were just fucking rattling things off.
Let's see
Now,
this.
how'd you feel about Hogan inducting him?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't like him.
Yeah, they weren't friends
They weren't
until
friends.
the very end.
Let me see cup of coffee.
So good. He's upset because he has to defend his Intercontinental title against the Dragon Ricky Steamboat.
I
Who,
understand.
the Dragon Ricky Steamboat, let's be honest, has been in the big time for about a cup of coffee.
Yeah, more than a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
To Florida. Come on in. You're going to be defending against the Dragon Ricky Steamboat. What's the cup for?
WrestleMania 3, Pontiac, Michigan. Yeah, 90,000 plus people watching right there. And this is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time because you'll never get closer than now. I am the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion and I will remain the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. And George the Animal Steel on the outside will be no factor. Yeah.
You say no factor. Obviously, he is a factor, or you wouldn't even brought it up.
Yeah, you can just tell. It's
Wow,
just
Mr. Sarcasm.
jacked
Yeah, I
up.
don't care if you've got
Sarcasm.
23 wrestlers around the outside. It doesn't even matter. No, because I am ready, and I will not let this opportunity slip through my fingers. Cup of coffee, man. Yeah.
keeps talking about the cup of coffee.
Wow, man.
What the fuck was that?
And he just walks away.
It's the most intimidating pinky ever. If you point at you with that pinky,
And he just or drag it across.
In like the mid and late 80s, he used to do those promos with Gene Okerlund all the time. But right before, he would just grab something before he started
Yeah,
and
there's the
just
broom.
work it in.
And just work
The
it in.
cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop, the coffee cup, the broom, just whatever he could find.
Yeah, he's
and
a
just
prop
work it
comic.
in.
he was awesome.
The
Is he a
greatest.
good mic guy?
Macho Man?
Oh, forget
Great
it.
mic guy.
Forget it.
He was good?
He's the greatest.
Was he better than Backlund on the mic?
Yes. Macho Man Randy Savage.
I love
was a
Jim's
better
commitment to
promo.
Bob Backlund. I've never met a Bob Backlund guy.
I like Bob Backlund.
Have you ever met him?
I have not.
I would love to introduce you to Bob Backlund.
I'd love to meet him.
I can make that happen.
Why don't you knee walk all over the place? I want to see if he'd try and make me knee walk with him and hurt myself.
He would do it.
I have bad knees, Bob.
Would you interview Bob Backlund in here?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay.
Oh, in a second he will.
Babu!
We got to actually make that happen.
Dude, please.
I can.
You can make that happen?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to be here to watch Jim interview Bob
Come
Backlund.
on by.
So would I. I'd
Yeah,
love to talk
that'd
to
be
him.
like a Iron Sheik interview.
Yeah.
Very much like, get ready.
Yeah, just hold on. Yeah.
I would rather talk to him than the Sheik, though. We've talked to the Sheik already. So I would like to. He was into politics and stuff, right, Backlund?
Yeah. Try to run for president.
Yeah, let's ask him
He
about
had that whole campaign going on back then.
Yeah.
We've had Superfly in here, too. He's a trip.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You ever see him leap off the top rope?
Okay.
I didn't get to see it. Well, I saw the video, but being at an event, the guy still wrestles. I mean, he should have retired eons ago.
Yeah, he's
But
in
you
some
give him
high
enough money,
school
he'll
gym
still-
in Pennsylvania.
He's
That's always the saddest
He's
when you see
wrestling in
those
the
guys.
sad places now.
Yeah. Like a middle school gym.
Just really just sad.
Yeah, it's always tough.
he
for
too
those
old?
Ropes
kids.
are sagging. They can't even get the ropes set up right anymore.
How old is he? He's got to be in his late 30s, early 40s.
Probably about that. Probably about that.
Now, when you go to an event, when you go to a wrestling event, do you have a lot of people like bothering you for pictures and stuff while you're trying to watch?
In the beginning, yeah. I actually went to WrestleMania 25 and I had ringside seats, and I was gonna I just wanted to enjoy myself. I didn't want to have to do anything else, and so I put on a costume to try to blend in with everybody else. I had on a mask and a cape. And as I'm walking towards the ring, I heard, "Ain't that fluffy?" And I'm like, "Shit!" Even with a costume on, I still got recognized.
What was the costume, though?
It was just a wrestling mask,
okay.
but
Like
I guess a lot of me was
Yes.
coming out of the sides of it.
Yes.
Like a biscuit.
He had a big GI on the back.
Although, I think if I remember right, I think I saw you at SummerSlam in LA, and weren't you carrying a Money in the Bank briefcase?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Yeah, you were.
Oh, I mark out. I mark out hard.
That's the way to
I
do it.
I got like every single championship belt at the house.
You did even the Winged Eagle?
No, yes, I do.
I'm jealous
And it's
of it.
autographed by Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, yeah, that's
respect
really
that.
marking out.
Oh, yeah.
That's a smart.
Wow, you're obsessed with wrestling, for real.
I just threw out the belt that WWE gave me. When they gave me some belts with our
What?
names on them, what am I going to do with it?
Why'd you
I'm
throw it out?
Grown up.
I would have taken it.
Threw out a belt?
Yeah.
Dude.
Given to me by Shane McMahon, I think.
Why did you throw it out?
It was giant and heavy and clunky, and it said Jim on
Bring
it.
it in. I'll
That's
keep
awesome.
it.
I got
buy it off you.
gone.
It's gone. It's just in the trash can.
Garbage.
Oh man.
Some garbage man's walking around the dump with a belt on.
I got
I'm
rid of-
Jim now. That's my wrestling name.
I'll just
Jim.
they just make me another one. I'll pay for it.
Especially all the bullshit that you have signed in your apartment. You threw out the belt.
That wasn't signed though.
I got rid of one, too.
But it was given to you by Shane.
Yeah,
Shane
O'Mac
McMahon.
gave it to you.
Who?
Shane O'Mac.
Oh, that's cool.
Whatever. I got rid of mine as well.
Why did you get rid of
Back in the
yours?
day, we were really tight with...
Yeah, but you didn't throw yours out. You gave it to somebody.
Who? I don't even remember
You
anymore.
gave it to like a nephew or something.
Yeah, I gave
I don't
mine
know
to
if he
somebody
has
too.
it. Yeah, all right.
Whoever collects garbage.
The garbage man.
So wrong.
I don't
must
even
be
remember
nice.
I gave it to a nephew.
Just
All right.
throwing out championship belts. That's the
in that-
life of Jim Norton.
Sitting in that ivory tower, Jim Norton.
What a heel move.
I still debate giving Sam
right?
that one shirt I have.
I gotta split.
Okay.
I gotta go early today, but you sticking around? We also have the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Carice
Carice's
Van
coming in.
Houten.
You want to continue? You want to
Sure.
take a break? What do you want
Is
to
she
do?
here or no? Let's ask
it
Roland
look-
if she's here.
Rolling.
Sam, you can go there.
Or you want to take a quick break? Is she here?
Yeah, sure to the restroom. She'll be right back.
All right. How long is a single?
Not
4
long.
minutes. 4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes is fine.
All right,
Cool.
I got to go. These guys, you're in good hands. Gabriel, have fun at Madison Square Garden. I really got to go early today, so all right. These guys will be back.
More with Opie and Jim after this.
He sold more albums in the U.S. than Elvis,
Billy Joel,
even Michael Jackson.
It's very sweet that you noticed that.
Garth Brooks.
I got friends in low Garth joins host Stormy Warren for an exclusive SiriusXM Town Hall.
Discussing his new album.
And answering subscriber questions.
That sounds right down my alley. That sounds fun.
SiriusXM's Town Hall with Garth Brooks.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern and Pacific.
Exclusively on the Highway, Channel 56.
And the SiriusXM app.
Hey, Papa John here. Over 30 years ago, I started Papa John's with one goal in mind: to deliver a better pizza. If you share that same passion for quality, for doing things right, and want to be part of a company that you can believe in, then I want to share my dream with you.
If you've ever dreamed of owning your own business, there's no better time to grab your slice of the pie at Papa John's. No franchise fee, a free set of ovens, and reduced royalties for 4 years. Join the category leader in technology and quality and see why we believe in better. Certain restrictions apply. Full program details available upon completion and review of franchisee application. Follow your dreams today. Just go to papajohns.com to learn more or call 888-255-7272. That's 888-255-PAPA.
I will always be committed to our Better Ingredients, Better Pizza brand promise. It's a promise I'm proud to put my name on, and it's one you'll be proud of just as well.
Baseball season is in full swing. And guys, if you're into fantasy baseball, you'll want to hear this. These new one-day fantasy baseball leagues at FanDuel.com are the hottest thing in fantasy sports. At FanDuel, you play in one-day fantasy baseball leagues for real money with immediate cash payouts. And with no season-long commitment, you only play when you want. And you can pick a new team any day. And get this, there's a guy in Detroit named Chris Prince who's won over $724,000 playing at FanDuel. Damn! And he's not alone. Over 1 million players have already won money playing fantasy sports on FanDuel.com. FanDuel is the leader in one-day fantasy baseball. It's so big that they're paying out up to $2.5 million in winnings every day during baseball season. Plus, right now, FanDuel is giving you up to $200 free. For every dollar you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200. The only way to get up to $200 free is to go to FanDuel.com. Click the microphone in the upper right corner and use the promo code 7474. That's FanDuel.com, promo code 7474.
Here's a question. What's the most important holiday? Christmas? Valentine's Day? Maybe they're close, but it's Mother's Day. Do you love your mom? Well, you better make sure she knows it. So what's the perfect gift? Well, Steven Singer's famous 24-karat gold-dipped roses, of course. It's the perfect gift for all the moms in your life. A real long-stem rose deeply dipped in 24-karat pure gold. This gift lasts forever, and they start at only $59. Yes, only $59. Steven Singer's real long-stem roses come shipped in a beautiful gift box with your own personalized Mother's Day card. Steven Singer has special colors available for Mother's Day. Choose from peach, which symbolizes appreciation, the classic all gold, which symbolizes respect and eternal love, or brand new for this year, pink champagne, the perfect symbol of love and celebration. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Order now and get free shipping. Call 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER or go to IHateStevenSinger.com and order your Mother's Day rose. Steven Singer Jewelers. One place, one price.
We're the people who make family vacations unforgettable.
Where you're never far from adventure.
Or a day of poolside fun.
We want you to enjoy the comfort you deserve.
And take home memories you'll cherish for a lifetime.
We're waiting for you all over the world.
We're waiting to welcome you.
Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, Wyndham Grand, Wyndham Garden. There's a Wyndham waiting. Book now and get up to 2,000 bonus Wyndham Rewards points. Terms and conditions at Wyndham.com.
And now, Opie and Jim are back.
We're back on the radio. Opie left because he is moving. So he actually stayed longer than he wanted to because there are moving people waiting for him at his house.
Yeah, it's
He got tired of us talking about wrestling.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm tired of us talking about wrestling.
His eyes glazed over. He's like, all right, I get it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Gabriel, nice to meet you.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Hi, I'm Dan. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Good.
I want to make sure I pronounce your name right. Is it Carice Van Houten?
Perfect.
You got it?
That was right?
Yeah.
I looked it up and it said the V sounds like an F. Is it Van or Van Houten?
Van Houten, yeah.
Okay. I screwed up.
Oh, have we started?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's how Jim starts
on the
interviews.
Show, on the show.
Yeah.
This is live.
Yeah.
I'm airing.
Oh, yeah. You didn't say anything bad. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you didn't come in and say anything horrible. We just always tend to start with like a real sputter, and nobody knows if we're on the air or not.
You start with name pronunciation. First question.
Well, I was just shocked that I got it right. She was very nice. She said hello. I'm a very big fan of you and the program.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. So
who's going to ask the first question?
I don't know much about the books. I've never read them.
Me neither.
You haven't
read them at all?
No.
Okay.
Do you have no interest in them, or you don't want to be influenced by them?
I don't want to be influenced, and also they're pretty big books, and I don't know where I get the time, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
And I like to be surprised as well. I'd like to be. I mean, I'm just as much of a fan as you are.
Do they give you all the scripts ahead of time so you can read, or do you get it like episode by episode?
We get like 3 episodes at the time because they don't want to. I think they're so afraid of spoilers, and sometimes they're still sort of working on it. So yeah, we get the scripts like 3 weeks in advance, maybe.
Well, the 4 episodes leaked. Like I got four episodes they gave, but I can't imagine putting them online. It's like, aren't they traceable? Like, do they have numbers on them?
I don't know. I mean,
sounds like you have a good grasp on the technology, though.
Well, I'm not sure, Sam. I like to know these things.
Yeah.
I like to prevent this stuff from happening.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame, but I guess you cannot stop that. I don't know.
Yeah. You play. What's the name? I know you're the fire. I always say she's the fire priestess, but that's not the right way to say your name.
Well, it's better than Red Witch.
Yeah, Red Witch is still a little mean-spirited. I wouldn't go for that.
I mean, it's people know who I am if I say I'm a Red Witch, but it's, Red Priestess sounds a little bit cooler, I think.
Yeah, you've had a few really creepy scenes in a good way.
Yeah.
Where you seduce some guy and you're going to have sex with him, you put slugs on him and there's a slug on his penis.
Yeah, there was the...
What were those things? Those little,
they're leeches?
Leeches, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which went from the sexiest scene to the most disturbing scene?
I thought just the opposite.
Jim's got a whole leech thing.
Yeah. I was disturbed and then it kind of excited me. She's bringing in dirty insects into it.
And then you had the demon cloud baby.
Yeah, the shadow baby, yeah.
That was probably the scariest scene, one of the scariest scenes in the thing, because you didn't...
Eventually, yes, but when I was doing it, there was nothing there, of course, and it wasn't an easy day. It was a drafty cave in Northern Ireland in November. It was very cold. I was wearing a merkin, a prosthetic belly. There was someone inflating and deflating my belly. Liam Cunningham next to me. It was, I love him, but he's like a goofball. It was a pretty tough day, but I was very surprised to see what came out of me in the end.
I'm always weird because I don't like fantasy stuff either. Like, that's people who don't watch Game of Thrones. Like, I don't like dragons or fantasy. I hate that stuff. I don't know what it is. The show wrote me in, though, and it's just, you don't even think of it as a fantasy show.
I'm the same. I'm completely the same. It's like, it feels a little, it's like sort of like Shakespeare. It's for everyone. There's something in it for everyone. I think, and it's supposed to be like a mirror to our society, and which it should be, and I think that's sort of true in this case.
Do you mean about everybody fighting for the same thing, or everybody lying?
I mean, yeah, and the hunger for power, and the corruption, and the and it's also a soap, It's also a very well written soap.
It's a great soap. It's like a soap opera if there was throat cutting, which is kind of, they really get rid of the character better than most soap operas have. Like, you guys know how to make an
died
exit.
in a car accident.
Yeah.
And this one, he's like, I saw him get his throat slit.
Yeah, they know how to get rid of the character well.
Has it gotten harder to film the show now it's gotten more popular? Like, do you have people on, like, kind of trying to find out where you guys are filming in Ireland?
Yes, it happens sometimes. There's different names for the show on
the trailer doors and stuff.
My English. I just woke up.
Okay.
To find where it is, it's harder to find. I think. Yeah.
Like a lot of times in a honey wagon, like instead of for the bathrooms, they won't say men's room and ladies' room because then people from the neighborhood will just start using it. So they'll say Desi and Lucy on the honey wagons. It's like a little code word for the people who are in the know.
Wow. But I wonder
I like
how many.
Hollywood Jim.
Yeah, look at this industry insider.
Industry insider talk.
But I wonder how many people would go all the way to Northern Ireland, in that drizzly rain to find the set. I don't know.
People who live there might, though. Someone who's close. What do they call it?
What do you mean?
What name do they use for it?
I'm not going to tell
Adam
you.
Sandler.
It doesn't change. It's maybe it was.
Oh no, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. No, but it's funny. There's a tour, where you go to all the sets, with a big bus. And my mother actually took the tour in Ireland, and they drove past one of the sets, and my mother was sort of whispering to my stepfather, like, we've been there, and the bus driver, or the tour guide, picked it up, and he said, how can you have been there? Nobody can enter it. And my mother was like, because I'm Melisandre's mother. And then my mother became like the hit of the bus, like she had to take pictures of it with everyone, and then at the end of the tour, you can take a picture with a cardboard Peter Dinklage.
Wait, seriously, that's at the end?
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's full every day. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's the prize at the end of the tour. They're like, give me $50. Here's a cardboard cutout.
Yeah,
drive around.
Yeah.
Does he know about it? Does he hate it, or does he?
I don't know if he knows about it though.
Would you consider him to be the star of the show?
Yes.
He is, right?
He stands out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, there's certain people you just can't kill off. Like, they kill off people really effectively. Like, that you don't think they're going to kill off. It's like, oh God, not you. Well,
everyone rumored that. I remember watching season 4, and they were saying that he wasn't going to come back for the next season. And then at the end of that season, you're like, oh, that might happen. They might kill him. And then they didn't. Which, thank God, because he is an awesome character. Yeah. What were you going to say?
I don't know where the books go, so maybe they. I don't know if the books kill him or if they don't, and obviously you don't.
I don't know. We're off the books anyway, and nobody knows what's happening now because the books are gone. They're over.
Wait, is it by the
George
end of the
R.
season?
Martin is writing like a motherfucker.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. Will this season?
See, and now I'm swearing.
That's okay. We're allowed to. Will this season end like what's books 4? What books 4 and 5? Is that where he is? I don't know how many books there are.
4. Oh, see, I don't know.
Where do the books end with the seasons?
I think we're past the books now. So we ended book 5, I think.
So is he going to have to catch up with you guys? How is that going to work? Like, is he going to have to write towards the TV show?
It makes his life easier in terms of coming up with stories.
Absolutely, he has an idea of where to go with it. Yeah.
Just writing. It's like, oh, that's good. I didn't even think of that.
I think they had a meeting, Dan and Dave, about the ending with George R. Martin, and yes, I think he's writing towards what they're. I don't know exactly what's happening, but
they're coming to maybe a conclusion together because he realizes that they're selling a lot more books now that there's a huge series.
Yeah.
He's probably listening to them because I never knew there were books until I saw the show. Now I kind of want to go read the books. If I say books again, throw your banana at me. I just keep saying the word books. I'm annoying myself.
But I read an article in Rolling Stone with the two showrunners, and they said that they're going away from the books and they're trying to kind of come up with a climactic end.
Yeah, but they probably George R. Martin knows about this. It's not that they just go off
rogue.
Yeah, no, I think they're on the same page there.
Oh, you guys only do one more season? How can we keep talking about it like it's almost over?
Yeah.
I hope not. I mean, I hope I'm going to be alive for a little bit.
They said there's supposed to be 7 seasons. That's what they said in this article.
I think so, yeah.
They said they wanted to do 7 seasons.
Yeah.
So we're on 5, so maybe 2 more?
Yeah, I would think there's 2 more in there, yeah.
And you said you weren't into the whole fantasy thing. When you got the part where you were like, all right.
I was the magical powers. I was like, it felt a little bit Disney to me at first, and then I called my friend Seth Meyers, who is a big fan and who read the books. See, my English is totally gone. And he said, yeah, you should do it. This is great, and I trusted him, and then it turned out to be something really cool.
It's funny you thought Disney too, and there's like you couldn't be further away from it.
No,
that's like a Disney nightmare. There's like I don't know, the princesses get killed in this one. It's not good.
Oh, that red wedding. Oh, there's some awesome, horrible, murderous guy gets his penis cut off.
Yeah, and they show a lot of stuff on there that most shows would probably shy away from.
Yeah, which is great, I think.
Yeah. But it's perfect for HBO too.
Oh yeah.
You were awarded Woman of the Year in 2008 for New York Magazine. What was their?
I have no idea. I'm serious. I have no idea.
How did you find out about it? Did you just pick it up, or they called you?
I think someone sent it to me. I don't even know. It might have been actually 2008. You said?
Yep.
Yeah, it might have been. For my movie Black Book that came out.
That's like the biggest Dutch movie ever.
Yeah.
Financially or just critically acclaimed?
Both, I think.
What's it about? I've never seen it.
It's about a Jewish woman who has to seduce, goes into the resistance and has to seduce a big German officer, but falls in love with the German officer, which is a very controversial thing, of course, for a Jewish woman to fall in love with a German Nazi officer. And then all sorts of shit happens to her. And I played that woman. It was a Paul Verhoeven film, so Paul Verhoeven has a very strong signature. You know, there's a lot of violence. It's a little bit Game of Thrones like, actually. There's a lot of violence, a lot of sex. Very Dutch, I would say.
Oh, okay. So Game of Thrones is pretty Dutch, right? I think it was.
Yes, I would almost say it's pretty Dutch. He's very Paul Verhoeven like. It's very like Paul Verhoeven would show a bunny. Like other directors would show bunny, you hear a shot, next shot you see the bunny's dead. If Paul Verhoeven shows the bunny, then you see the bunny getting shot, then you see the bunny do being the ugliness of life.
Sounds like a great commercial for Cadbury eggs.
With the lion roar.
Yeah, showing the shooting in the same moment, like or showing the entire thing in one frame is kind of great. In the old westerns, they would always do that, where you hear like pow and the guy falls.
Yeah.
And then Sergio Leone, I think, was the first one to start showing like the full frame shootings and stomachs,
all the gore and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
The same goes with the nudity, you know.
You're nude a lot in the show.
Yes,
No,
yes.
I didn't want to mention that, but since you did, I'll
true.
jump all over.
It's true. And I don't think it's in my case. I think Melisandre's sexuality is a weapon. It's like a tool.
Yep.
Anyway, I think it's good to show, if we're showing sort of real people, then we should show real bodies. And you know, I find there's still so much taboo on sexuality. I think definitely in this country, and I like to participate in that, in the taking it out, the taboo. And
was that something? I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Was that something you found difficult to do in the beginning? Getting naked in front of camera. Or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's never my favorite thing in the world, but I tend to, as I said on the show a few days ago, another show, I just tend to go in with a lot of humor to take the tension out of the room. Because if I start, sort of dressing myself really carefully, and every time I show after a shot, I have to dress myself quickly again because I don't want anyone to see it. It's better to just immediately show what you have, show the material you're going to work with. Tell everyone, okay, look at my breasts, this is it, and let's go.
That would have been a wonderful entrance this morning today.
No, but I mean, it's just, it has nothing to do with sex. It's just to get the tension out of the room, because there's nothing sexual about those scenes. They're very technical.
So you try to make
everything
it like, you try to make it like medical almost.
Yeah, it's like to put the humor in it and to not make it, sensual, whatever. It's not.
Like not keep your robe on until the absolute second you have to, and then make it a big deal.
Yeah, because then people want to peek.
Right.
The more you hide, the more people want to see it.
So you don't close the. Well, they say that like with Europeans, they're very different especially with breasts. It's not as big a deal, and here it's like so. It's not even illegal here.
I don't understand.
We really freak out about it.
Love scenes here. Why do women wear bras? Nobody wears bras when. I mean. No?
Yeah, I don't like that either. But that might be the actress, too. There are certain actresses that don't want to be topless, where they want X amount of dollars to do it. But I know there are certain actresses that don't want to do it, too. I wonder if that's their stipulation.
I mean, I'm not saying like every woman should always be naked. But I think if you're showing real life, then show, a real body. I mean, your mother has them,
Yeah, do you think European actresses are much freer being naked on camera than American actresses?
Yeah, I think so. But I totally get why actresses don't. It's very vulnerable, and you're, especially when you're getting older. I mean, I'm not. 10 years ago, I would have done it much easier than I do now. It has something to do with that, of course, as well. And you don't want the women on the show to become like sex objects, but. I think and we're doing it really good. I think we're showing real scenes and. Yeah.
Well, I think you said it when you said that your character uses her sexuality as a weapon. There was a scene in the season premiere where she was like in an elevator with Jon Snow, and there was like tension because you're like, don't seduce Jon Snow, because there really is that worry because you see what happens like with the leech scene and all the other things.
And the elevator,
I know,
by
people
the way,
are so.
Sorry, the elevator is going up the size of an ice wall. It's not like a modern day elevator. People think you're talking about the wrong show.
You guys were going to the 36th floor, I think.
There's so many people worried on Twitter. I found, there's so many people that sent me like, "Get your hands off Jon Snow! What are you doing?" Yeah, they're so worried.
So are those fans on Twitter? Are they mean to you because of your character?
They hate me.
Yeah, on Twitter, do they talk shit like on Twitter?
Oh yeah.
To you, like you really have a decision where the character's going.
Oh yes, yeah.
People are fucking animals.
Wow. But it's crazy. I mean, but it makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it makes me laugh
because it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you should create a separate account.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they're really mean, I tend to sort of tease them and answer like with something like, "I'll make another shadow baby," or "Don't let me come after you."
So you address it.
Yes, sometimes when it becomes really crazy, then I like to sort of give that back. Yeah.
It's odd how obsessed. Like I mean, I love. It's probably my favorite show, but I've never been obsessed enough to actually think that the characters are the real people.
Yeah, you don't want to look up Peter Dinklage and be like, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah, be careful. They might kidnap you.
What was it like being in the box?
Yeah.
How long were you in there for?
But even then, to address it, if somebody leaves something crazy like that, at first you want to reply, but then it's like, what door are you going to open there?
Yeah. I know.
You know, now you're DMing, and then it's like,
Please, I just have some very important questions I have to ask you. Just where the series is going. Like, I just worked there. I don't know.
I've never gotten any hateful stuff. I find that social media is just an enjoyable experience. And it's been nothing but positivity. It's nice. It makes me very happy.
Yeah.
They can be actually really sweet and cute, these people.
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, I've heard that.
There's good and then there's mostly shit. But
it's funny. Kathy Bates, we talked about nude as you get older. Kathy Bates, when she did with the Nicholson movie, was that as good as
About Schmidt?
About Schmidt.
Yeah.
When she got nude and got in the hot tub, people were like, "Oh my god, that nude scene got more attention than a lot of younger
I don't
actresses."
understand it. Why can you see machine guns but you cannot see a nipple? I just still don't get it.
Yeah,
it's the reason. I don't know. It's American culture in a nutshell. Just fire a bunch of guns, and then you see a titty, and everyone flips out.
Well, they were more saying she was courageous for doing it. Like, wow, I can't believe she. They weren't outraged, but they were like, wow, that was brave to get nude because she's an older woman and not an amazing,
a little overweight.
Yeah, I mean that's her thing.
Hey, some people are into that body type.
That's right.
Yeah, you're a singer too. You have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
I'm more telling the audience that than you because you're a singer. I wasn't trying to shock you into remembering. I really am an ass as an interviewer.
Are you aware that you sing?
Yes. So you're on Game of Three. I'm just confirming things that you already know. Are you a very popular Dutch singer?
I don't know. I mean, I'm popular as an actress, and as you know, when an actress starts singing, it becomes sort of a joke most of the time. So I really had to sort of prove myself because singing has been more of a love to me than acting has been ever. So,
but you were an actress first. They knew you as an actress first.
They knew me as an actress first, but not a lot of people knew that I was actually a singer before that. So when I came out, it was like, oh, the little actress has to make a record now, And I thought, fuck you, I'm just going to make a really good record and I'll shut you up.
Right.
And it happened. So.
Well, how many singers become actors? Like Elvis, Sinatra. I mean, these guys were all singers first, and then started acting. So people don't.
But they were on such a level, though. I mean, they were so up there.
Yeah. I just mean it's funny how we get mad at people. I guess I don't know if I.
Well, like Jennifer Love Hewitt tried. She was like a pop star in like Japan, and while she was acting in all the teenage movies,
was she good or no?
I don't know. I never heard it, but I think it was like one of those things where it was kind of a novelty act. Well,
maybe
in Japan.
But if you have a nice voice, I was going to say a lovely voice, but I realized that wouldn't be a very masculine way to phrase it. I should have just said a nice voice. It makes me sound a little cooler. You know who I love? Who's Dutch? She was in Lethal Weapon 2. What's her name? What? She's a very famous Dutch actress. She was in Lethal Weapon 2. The blonde girl. Do you know who she is? I thought you might know her.
Blonde girl
with the short hair, the one that died in the she drowned, right?
Spoiler, yes.
Spoiler. I have no idea.
I don't know that many Dutch celebrities. That's why I'm mentioning her.
It's good that you did.
I know, but I thought maybe that you would know her because
it just makes you instantly relatable.
What year are we talking about?
I think it's Patsy Kensit. Who?
Hold on, I'm looking it up right
I
now.
don't know, E-Rock just whispered
If it
to
is,
me.
that's pretty good.
That is,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but E-Rock whispered it to me.
Oh, okay.
I would love to say that.
Oh, I thought you got it. You really just pulled the move that my aunt does when I tell her I'm a comedian.
Why
and
does
she's
your aunt
like,
have an earpiece all the time?
do you know Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I knew I was doing that. It was
Yeah.
like, but I didn't know. I don't know any other real famous Dutch performers. And I figured, oh, well, maybe you know
I
her.
really have no idea who you're talking about.
That's okay. It was a horrible moment in the interview, and
Sorry.
we'll pretend it didn't happen. I thought it was good when I did the inside showbiz stuff though before with the Desi and Lucy
That
and the
was
Honey
great.
Wagon.
That was really good.
That was good inside
That
information.
shows your depth.
Right.
Yeah, but then I just blew it. You know, so
you
do you
did.
know Patsy? No, I don't. Stupid. I'm on the biggest show on television.
Ask her if
She's
she
in
knows
one
Bob
movie.
Backlund, dude.
I know. I did a partial nude scene one time. It was for HBO. I was wrestling. I've talked about this before with Jason Schwartzman. And my ass crack, this is true. It was inadvertent. We were wrestling on the floor, and the top of my ass crack showed just by my pants moving. And I had to sign a waiver for them to show that. And they had to pay me extra money.
Wow.
You
See
get
how
extra
I
money for
forget.
that. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Did they
really.
tell you you're going to get, like, when they're like, listen, we need you to be
Well,
nude?
we were just wrestling around. Oh, you're not wrestling. Sorry.
But with you, did they tell you, like, listen, we need you to sign this, we're going to give you more
Yes. No, we're not going to give you more money, but you'll have to sign this.
money? See, Jim, you're more, they wanted to pay you a little extra.
I got a little something extra for it, but it was inadvertent. But
Did
it was
they peel off a 20, all scummy? They're like, yeah, this is for your
Yeah,
ass.
the guy took me in the back and he put it in my underwear, sent me packing. It was really humiliating.
Yeah, sign it, but bend over and sign it on my desk.
Is your favorite movie really Tootsie?
It was one of my favorite movies, yeah.
Why did you like it so much? I like it probably for different reasons.
It's just a perfect script, and Dustin Hoffman, I don't understand why. Can we not just give him an Oscar in retrospect, like, for that
Who
role?
won that year? Do you remember or no?
Not Dustin Hoffman, maybe, no, I don't remember.
The blonde from Lethal Weapon, I think.
No, Patsy Kensit. She was not nominated. She would have been a supporting actress. Now I'm only going to say her name every day on the show.
Yeah, it's like when you learn someone's name who you don't know, you just keep saying it and calling them by that name.
Yeah, just to make, and then everybody will think like, oh, he knew it all along. Just to remember our
I was doing a
humiliating
bit. It was
moment earlier. So you don't remember who won that year?
No, I know. I don't
find
know,
myself
man.
but I find myself very annoyed, Sam, when somebody wins and I don't think should win. I remember who beat them, and it irritates me.
Your interviews are turning into quizzes more and more every day.
Well, it's
It's
more-
not fair to the guests.
1977. Who won Best Supporting?
But if someone says, like, why she did say, let me just correct my coworker here, because I didn't just say to her, so you like Tootsie? Who won that year? Go. Here's what happened. She said Dustin Hoffman should have got an Oscar. So in retrospect, so I'm like, well, who won that year? I thought that was a natural progression. Question one.
I wish that I would have known the answer, because we wouldn't have to have this conversation.
I know. Now the show internally, you see the wheels are coming off. This is,
Totally, we're out
this
of
might be our last thing. But I thought that I thought Denzel Washington should have won for Malcolm X, and they gave it to Al Pacino for Scent of a Woman, which I didn't think was fair because
Wow,
they fucked
we're
him for
talking a long
Godfather
way
too.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Hollywood
good
screws
memory.
you and then eventually gives it to you.
Yeah.
But do you ever see Midnight Cowboy? How good was that? Was that too much of a quiz? You didn't see that?
No, I haven't
That's
seen
Dustin
it.
Hoffman's best movie.
Really?
Yeah, he plays a homeless guy named Rico Rizzo, and John Voight plays a hustler who comes from Texas till he thinks he's going to have sex with women. It was the only rated X movie to ever win an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah, I just dropped my microphone. Yeah. Thought you'd
It was a
enjoy
funny
it.
sight. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of a lot of other moments in my life. Grabbing something firmly and it flops embarrassingly. Well, you've been very tolerant through this interview. I really appreciate it. And on Twitter, it's Carice V. Houten. It's Houten is how you, and it's Carice. I don't know why I spelled it backwards. I have just done it in a row.
Very confusing.
Yeah, but sometimes I realize the V is the important part of this, and then I just kind of go in all directions. And Game of Thrones, I think it's the best show on TV. I think it's, and I don't like fantasy stuff at all.
Yeah, after the first season, people telling me it was great. I was like, I don't know. And then you watch it, and you're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I forgot it was a fantasy show, and then I'm like, why is there a fucking dragon on her shoulder? Oh yeah, that's right. This is not exactly a history lesson. But it's on Sunday nights at 9:00 on HBO. I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up with us.
Sure, man. Anytime.
Thank you.
Everybody watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Sorry if I quizzed you. I didn't mean to quiz you. I was just...
No worries, man. Just give me another question. Maybe I know another answer.
Yeah.
It's a little simpler, maybe.
Ask her a wrestling question.
Do you watch wrestling?
Oh, no.
You're not into that
Crickets.
fantasy, huh?
Cricket.
I know something about cricket and about pinball.
You know, it's funny. I never liked pinball. I found it to be very frustrating because I'm not particularly coordinated, and I would always it reminded me of my career. It was like, there was the ball, and it just went into the hole.
Just dropped it.
Yeah, and there I am flailing pathetically.
Do you have your own pinball machine?
No,
yes, we do have.
Sorry.
We have 2 pinball machines at home. Yeah, yeah. The Tommy, you know, the Who.
The Who, yeah.
And one with a golf team. Like like 2 little Knubbel and Bubble, they're called in Holland. They're 2 little squirrels, the Disney squirrels.
Okay,
like Chippendale.
Yes, the Chippendales, but they play golf or whatever.
Do you think they're going to give you a Game of Thrones pinball machine?
There's rumors they're working on it. Yeah.
Are you good?
Sorry.
Are you a good player?
I'm getting better, I think. Yeah. But I go to I was just yesterday. I went to this Modern Pinball New York City thing on 3rd Avenue. And I just play there for an hour, just one machine, like a maniac.
It's funny, you don't hear anybody talking about pinball anymore. Like, it's one of those video games.
It's coming back, man, I'm telling you.
Is it?
Yeah.
I always wanted the Kiss pinball machine, because I was a big Kiss fan, and that was like the big item.
There's a good machine there. Yeah, they have a good machine.
The Kiss one?
Yeah.
Is it the original? I don't know why now I'm asking you technical questions. I probably shouldn't be.
I like this grassroots pinball thing that they're getting going.
I got a Royal Rumble pinball machine at home.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
From what year?
Man, you got to figure it has Undertaker on the front, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hitman Hart.
92?
93.
I'm going 92.
Well, it's not 93, I'll bet.
Mr. Perfect's on it, yeah.
I bet it's 93. It's not 74, almost definitely.
Wrestling. Sorry.
Do you play it? Do you play it a lot?
Not a lot. I mean, I used to when I first got it.
Yeah.
And I was really into pinball early on. You know, and then you always get that match at the end.
Oh, yeah.
If you score at the end, you know, sometimes you get a free game. But, you know, if you own the game, it's yours. You play.
It loses its luster if you get the free game all the time.
Do you figure out how to rig it so you don't have to pay?
Oh, yeah. We found ways.
Okay. I guess we pretty much finished for the day. It's 10:30. And of course, Carice is on Game of Thrones. We plug that. Gabriel is performing at Madison Square Garden on Friday night. Really happy for you. It's always good to see a comic doing the Garden. I'll be at the Comedy Cellar. And you're working in Caroline's this weekend?
Yeah, just Wednesday night.
Oh, only
Caroline's.
Wednesday?
Yeah, just doing one night.
Okay, so you can do everything. You can watch Dan Wednesday, and then you can go see Gabriel Friday, and then you can watch Game of Thrones on Sunday. Everything's covered.
Yeah, your week all planned out.
Yeah, certainly.
What are you doing?
I'll be here in the mornings. Friday afternoon, I'll be on the radio. Tune in. Just like you are right now.
Just got sad.
Yeah. I might go see Jam at the Comedy Cellar.
I'm not there this week.
All right, well then I'll see who's ever there.
They wouldn't book me. They wouldn't? No, I called up and they're like, no, we're filled. All right,
That's too bad.
We're babbling. See you tomorrow. We have, who's in tomorrow?
Louis
C.K.'s in tomorrow. Anybody else?
Do we have the astronaut in tomorrow?
Yeah, we shouldn't be dismissive of the guy that went into space.
I don't remember his name.
Up there. Yes, we have.
That Sky Nerd?
Yeah.
Chris Hadfield.
Chris Hadfield, yeah.
And Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
What?
We have Jerry Springer, the astronaut, and Louis C.K., so it's a busy day.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.